To the third quarter, a foot race here. Morris going on Goo. Morris over Goo with the poster slam. Which creates that opportunity for him. Dotson will drop it down as Morris fires it through. Another turnover coming out of the timeout, not what Memphis wanted. And an authoritative slam and another and one. Opening minutes here in quarter number 2.
Morris to force the issue, takes it right to the rim, and he knows how to finish around that basket.
They trail by 4. Morris, great dish from Primo.
Johnson will send it back out. Morris drives, and that one scores. So Spurs get it back. Morris again. Man, what a shot by Morris.
Everyone, this is another episode of the Beyond D2 podcast. This is co-host Derek Okenpolar. I'm here with Jalen Morris. Shout out, Jay. And then we have a very special guest today. We have our friend, one of our bros. Also, he's a founder of ProConnect, Justin Rubin. What's going on, Justin?
What's going on, guys? How you doing?
Chilling, bro. Just another day. How you?
I'm doing good. Just working.
Appreciate you for coming out on the podcast, being here, taking time out of your night, just to share information and,
for sure.
knowledge, bro.
Thank you. I appreciate you guys.
No problem. So, Justin, let's just, get right into things, So, what is ProConnect for the people that are out there that may not know?
Yeah, I would say ProConnect is a platform that helps players looking to play overseas find job opportunities and also get exposure to put themselves in the spotlight to be able to get those job opportunities. And over the years, it's really evolved to, originally it was just a content thing where I would just post videos of highlights of players. And then eventually guys started getting interest through social media. So then I noticed the power that social media has to actually make connections in the overseas market. So now, I like to describe it to guys who don't really understand it as the LinkedIn for overseas players. Just launched a new website so guys can go on there, create their own profile, apply to jobs, and then they'll be able to see if they're getting interest from teams. And, due to the size of our platform, it's helped guys with, exposure and just learning about the overseas process and what it really takes to land a job overseas.
And what's that website, just for the people that don't know? It's
ProConnectBasketball.com. So you basically can go on there, create your profile for free, and then if you want to be able to apply to jobs, to a certain amount of jobs, you basically just pay a step-up fee, almost like LinkedIn Premium. And then you'll be able to see all the jobs, the teams, position, how much they're offering, and basically exactly what they need. And then having players apply to the jobs, then all those applicants get sent to that job opening, and then teams could easily look at all the applicants. So they're it's more of a transparent process. And if you have an agent, obviously the agent's working for you, but sometimes it's hard to know what connections they have, where they have jobs in, and if they're actually working on the back end to find you jobs.
Okay, wow. So you're really like a consultant, or
yeah, it's like a middleman, a consultant, and
really the middleman. That's what it sounds like.
Yeah, it's like a middleman, and over the years, it's evolved to it's for players, but also I've had agencies sign up and onboard basically multiple players. Not only just for obviously it's good for job openings and getting those opportunities, but even the exposure. Just because originally we were getting some views on our page, but now it's just kind of gotten to the point where there's so much exposure for these guys due to the amount of people looking at our page. So it's it helps them in that sense too.
Wow. And I wouldn't say even the middleman. He's like a bridge, if anything.
Yeah.
For players to get connected with even agencies or opportunities to further play basketball. So that's
yeah. And also, I think with the content thing, originally we were always just posting about jobs and what it needs, what it takes to play overseas, and the overseas grind. But then another page that I've seen, which I'm sure you guys follow, Swish Cultures, is probably my favorite page right now.
It's my favorite page.
And not to copy them, but I wanted to have a mix with Swish Cultures and then also a service behind it. So you have the content side of things to drive people to the page. And then you also have like the business side where you're trying to actually help them get jobs.
That's dope. No, I love Swiss cultures. That's
Right.
Yeah, it's crazy. And it's cool because like I'm sure you guys see they're like at media, like they're interviewing players now. They're everywhere. They were just posting highlights. Now they're like actually like at the events, which is crazy.
yeah.
Right.
And
So going back, what made you want to? I know you said it's from a content perspective. What made you want to, start Pro Connect and grow it to what it is today?
Yeah, I mean, when I first started it, the background was I was at Queens College it was like 2016 with Diego and all those guys.
You were there when I was there. I mean, at Malloy.
What'd you say?
You were there at Queens when I was at Malloy.
Yeah, so I walked onto Queens my freshman year, and I was only there literally one semester, and then that's when like I started Pro Connect and just gave up playing.
Mhm.
But yeah, I was there that fall and just playing with Diego and all them, and then I don't know, I just started researching overseas basketball online. I didn't really know anything about it, and
Mhm.
then I thought Diego like had a chance, and he was starting to talk to me about like Puerto Rico. So like me and him kind of like came up not with the idea of Pro Connect, but more so just like a way to help guys overseas. So I gotta give him a lot of credit, obviously, and he'll get his fair share of whatever happens in the end when the time
Right.
comes. But yeah, like I basically just started posting highlights of players and researching the overseas market. I use Eurobasket. Um, and then I just tried to contact agents and really just network as much as I could to like build up a network. And once I had that network, I started to take the players that were reaching out on my page and then start sending them out to different job openings until eventually I placed one guy. And then from there, just kind of grew it over. I just really stuck with it, honestly. Like there's a lot in between, but like just stuck with it and try to grow it as much as possible.
oh,
Fact. No, I like that's great. I like the fact that it's not like tailored to any level of athlete too. I feel like anybody could join Pro Connect and look for these job openings. Like it's open to everybody that wants to take basketball serious.
Yeah, I mean, we get job openings where it's for a guy who really doesn't have a lot of college experience. They're coming out of like a lower level school, and they're not going to make a lot of money to start. They'll
Mhm.
probably make less than like 1,000 a month. But then we'll have job openings for guys that are like high level, Euro Cup, Champions League level guys that are making a ton of money a month. It's harder to find those guys because they're represented by like the bigger agencies, and it's just hard to get into that network. But we still get those job openings. So like you said, it does apply to like all like a range of players.
All right. That's what I be trying to tell like these D2 athletes, that want to play overseas. I'm like, you're not, it's going to be hard to make a lot of money up front. Like your
Crazy.
first year, like it's really a grind. You got to really, build your resume and continue to grind to get to where you want to go. Cause the first couple years is not going to be pretty.
No, not at all. And like, I mean, I think now I wouldn't say it's like easier to play pro than it used to be, but I think honestly with like social media and the way you're able to like network online, it's not becoming easier, but it's becoming more attainable
Mm-hmm.
over the past couple of years. And I mean, yeah, it's tough. Like I know guys coming out of D3 that like don't put up any numbers and they think they're going to play overseas, but it's not like it's not their fault. It's like obviously it's great to be confident that you could do that. They don't know.
Right.
So
Not for
that's the
sure.
hard part. So we're trying to just educate people too.
hmm
That's why I'm always so thankful because I remember I was trying to play when I graduated and I was getting offers for like, 2,000, 3,000, but luckily I was able to go to the G League, build
Yeah.
that resume, pretty much wash that D2 label off my forehead
Hmm.
and just build up my career from there. So
Yeah.
I
Once
always
you
say
get
I'm
there,
so thankful. Yeah, once you get there, you're good.
yeah.
Once you're in, you're in. But it's just about getting in.
Yeah, like Haywood on the Heat, like D2.
Mhm.
I mean, he's like not only is he on the team now, he's like putting like he had 18 last night, 15 the night before. Like he's playing a major role for like a team that could compete for. I mean, they might be able to compete for an Eastern Conference Finals again. Who knows? But
Right.
it's just crazy. It really doesn't matter where you go to school. If like obviously you got to do well when you're in that school, but like if you go to
Mhm.
D2, you do pretty good, and then like you just fit a system, and obviously things have to like align. Things got to go
Mhm.
right for you. Then like anything's possible.
Right. For
And you
sure.
obviously do that.
I'm the first one to say that because
Yeah,
I was
exactly.
my rookie year. I was with Erie. Atlanta was trash, but I was playing well with the Bayhawks, so I got that call up, and everything just started to fall in place. Like everything aligned perfectly. So that definitely helps for sure.
For sure.
Yeah, definitely. And do you feel like that? What are like the challenges that you face? That are there any heavy challenges that you had to overcome at least through your process in building ProConnect?
Yeah, I think honestly, like the biggest thing was like a lot of rejection in terms of like submitting players for job openings because honestly, like it's not hard to find the job openings in my opinion. It's hard to find the right players that fit because there's thousands of players trying to apply for them.
Okay.
And there's so many qualified players, so it took a while to actually place a guy, and that was like really defeating because you're working so hard to place the guy, and then eventually, you get a guy placed, and it's like a huge confidence booster, and you kind of use that momentum to try to place another guy. So I
Okay.
would say that's the biggest thing. And then also like for the first like 2 years, I didn't really monetize it at all, which was like okay because I was in college. I was like just trying to grow it. And that was
Right.
hard too because like I was working so hard on it and not making any money. But eventually you just put in the time, no matter what it is, eventually you'll be able to make money off of it.
Mhm.
Definitely.
Once
Definitely.
you turn that corner, there's no going back.
Yeah. And you just set milestones.
Yeah.
Yep.
Definitely. Yeah. So, and then, if are there any other services that ProConnect offers? You know, for anyone that's eager to further their knowledge about ProConnect.
Yeah. I mean, I used to do a bunch of different stuff. Like I used to help guys with resumes if they need a resume, highlight tapes. Like I still do that. I just don't do it on my own. I'll just refer someone else. Like I don't have the time to do
Okay.
that. But I can help guys with that. We don't really do tryouts, but we've done like tours in the past where we set up tours in certain countries. And for those that don't know, a tour is basically it's really for guys who just are struggling to find interest from teams overseas. They probably didn't do that great in college. They just need some sort of film exposure to like get their foot in the door where they pay X amount of money to go to a country and stay there for like 10 days to like 2 weeks. And
Mhm.
basically just showcase their talents in front of teams in that country wherever they're playing and try to get signed.
Yeah.
So we've done tours. We've done them in like Thailand, Georgia, Africa. So we're trying to do those more, but there's a lot of logistics behind that and like planning it's a lot.
Yeah, no, understand, but like you're still giving people different avenues of getting to that next level. So you're still
Right.
trying to connect people, and even if it's by referral, ProConnect
Yeah.
is for people listening out there. ProConnect could still be a great referral source. You could reach out to Justin and his team, ask them a question, and they maybe have someone that can answer that question for you better than they can, and vice versa. So definitely
Yeah.
something that people should actually look into. I would definitely recommend. Shout out ProConnect. Definitely, definitely use
ProConnect out here helping athletes reach their dream and goals,
exactly.
and that's the type of stuff we live for.
Or
No, I appreciate it.
exactly,
Yeah,
definitely.
I mean, I don't turn players away. Like I don't like if I'll be real with them. I'll never tell a player like, oh, you're not good. I'll never be like that. But I'll always keep it real with them in terms of like what they're up against. But I'll never turn a player away, and I'll always give a player advice, like no matter who it is. Because
Right.
and the crazy thing is like I'm on. It's basically just me running the account, but I'm still always answering everybody. I'll never leave anyone like on red really. So I'm always trying to just like help out if I can.
Yeah. No, I respect
We
it.
need more people like you, Just. We need more
That's
people like you.
facts.
We
Appreciate it.
We need people
More
like
people
us,
like
man.
you.
We respect it, man, and obviously it's definitely gonna pay off because putting in that work, grinding.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it. Yeah, I'm just trying to grow it, and I don't know what the end goal is or the end result will be, but I don't think anyone knows.
Yeah, it's just a journey. That's a,
Yeah,
that's the D2 grind, right, Jay?
hell
That's
yeah.
it, man. Yeah.
Just
Marathon,
a
not a sprint, man.
journey.
Marathon, not a sprint.
What's that tweet that's going crazy? That quote? You got to remember, at the end of the day, the turtle won the race. So
I didn't see that.
you
I
didn't
don't
see
know
that.
that one.
At the end of the day, the tortoise
I
won the
thought you were gonna
race.
say at the end of the day gonna
All
win.
Oh, you thought I was gonna say that one, not that one.
right, look that.
Oh, I know that one. I'm familiar
I
with
gotta
that.
look that up.
I
Yeah.
got a question, Justin.
Yeah, for sure.
So in your opinion, who would be like the most high profile player that you've helped get a job overseas or come in contact with?
I mean, honestly, I haven't really like so ProConnect is more for like the mid-level, lower-level guys. Like I've helped guys and connected them to opportunities overseas at like high levels, but it's more so for like that low level, mid-level. So no like super high level guy who's like playing at the top level overseas right now. But in terms of like come to contact with, I mean, I've done stuff in the past with like Haywood, not in terms of like overseas. Are you saying overseas or just like?
In general.
I mean, I've done like marketing. Does that count or no?
Yeah.
I mean, I guess
I
like so.
think
Then I would say
you
like,
do like the brand deals too, right?
yeah,
And
yeah,
stuff like that.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So I would say like brand deals like Haywood. I recently did something with Moses Brown. Like Jacob Gilliard, he's a point guard for the Nets. He's on a two-way right now. Um, trying to think who else. I mean, with Pro Connect, like we haven't. I don't know if we should share this, but I haven't like publicly posted it yet. But we got Tim Hardaway, like senior, as basically like an advisor to me. To basically give me feedback, trying to help promote it, like basically be an ambassador through social media that can promote Pro Connect. And then obviously his network is crazy as well, so he can promote the idea to people. So I met with him to basically like give him X%, whatever may happen in the end, for him to basically promote it and be like the face of Pro Connect.
Okay.
Um, so definitely him, I would say.
That's
Okay.
what's up.
That's
I didn't
dope.
even know that.
Yeah. No, he's cool. I met him a couple of times and he loved the idea. He thinks overseas, like, I mean, I'm sure you guys watch all the stuff with overseas. Like, the NBA is trying to establish a league
Yeah.
in like the Middle East. So, like, the potential through overseas, like, it grows every single year, and every year you see more players in the draft. So, like, it just, there's no limit to what it could grow to.
And speaking of the NBA establishing a league in the Middle East, could you elaborate more on that for the people that may not know, like what the NBA?
Yeah. So, I mean, I don't know the full details, but basically, they want to establish it. It might be the Middle East or somewhere in Europe, and it's either going to be a league or like a tournament or a set of tournaments. And I don't think they'll have like NBA teams that'll compete in the NBA. They won't like travel back to the United States. It'll more so be like a pipeline for like talent overseas to play and be evaluated by all the NBA scouts, which they do now, but they're playing in like their clubs in their country. But this will just be like an NBA league where it'll just funnel players to the NBA and the NBA draft, which will probably help them develop them even more. It gives more European players exposure. And I mean, obviously, there's going to be a ton of, they said there's like, the NBA hired like a consulting firm to see how much money it could generate, and it was like in the couple, it was like $3 billion or something, based on like the market, especially the Middle East with like the oil money and all those like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like it's crazy. So
The sport is growing, is expanding. I just even just from growing up, I remember as a kid, I'm Nigerian, so I always go back home to Nigeria and my cousins and all my friends back there. I always want to play basketball, put on
yeah,
basketball, and they would not let me do that at all. It was soccer, football,
it's crazy.
or if it came to basketball players, they only knew like Kobe, LeBron, Jordan.
Mm.
They wouldn't know Dwayne Wade. They wouldn't know Kevin Garnett, Tim Duncan, those like slightly lower tier athletes, superstars. But now, as I got older in college, going back home, now people I'm over playing basketball with people over there. I could never do that.
Yeah,
Just playing
no,
soccer.
and I think that's like I mean, they probably love it over there. You look at
Yeah,
Giannis, like, and I saw a podcast a few weeks ago. It was with I think it was Masai Ujiri from I think he's with the Raptors still.
yeah,
Um,
Mm-hmm.
and he was saying that like the talent in Africa is off the charts. They just don't have the resources to develop the players, and that he's like, I don't know if he was like exaggerating a little bit, but he's like, there's more LeBrons that are walking around Africa. They just don't have the resources and like the training to develop and like understand basketball and play the right way. But like athleticism rise, he's like they're all over.
yeah. No, it's in terms of athleticism, he is not capping at all. I
Yeah,
from my time being from the times I've been in Nigeria, my dad took me to the court. Hakeem Olajuwon was found on when
that's
like
awesome.
the NBA scouts found him and brought him over to Houston. So played over there, but he especially there was this like club. It wasn't the club as in gym. They had a court. People always play over there, and I was like, yeah, I'm from the States. I'm definitely, way better than anyone that's about to be here. actually got a little humbled. I'm like, wait, hold on. Like, especially in athleticism, when it came to dunking, they were like, all right, everyone's dunking. They're like, no, you got to dunk the ball harder. I'm like, wait, what? They're trying to take the rim off.
It's crazy.
So I don't think there's no cap at all.
Yeah, it's cool. It's cool to see. I mean, like, yeah, it's growing, and every year, like, another European player is either like the number one pick or like top 5 in the lottery. And like this year again, like I think the top 5 picks, like 3 of them are overseas, like from overseas.
I think also,
Bro, you know it's crazy. I can't even tell you the top college guy right now that's in like NCAA.
In NCAA, like who will be picked top?
Yeah, I can't even tell you. The only thing that comes to mind is like Rob, maybe top 5. That's it. Rob Dylan.
They were saying Reed Shepherd was going to be the number 2 pick. I was like, that's insane.
That's crazy.
Which is like, he could hoop. He reminds me of like
absurd.
Tyler Hero a little bit.
Yeah.
But
absurd.
I don't know. I think yeah, Rob, and then the kid from UConn, Clinigan, because he's like 7'2". They don't have a guy that moves like him. But other than that, everybody's European in like the top 10.
Everybody's European, so literally, and the skill set is impeccable.
They're trained from such a young age. Like Lucas talked about it.
Maybe pros at like 11.
Yeah.
Crazy. Like now, like obviously, like you have France is like got another guy coming out. I forgot his name. It's crazy.
Sarr, what's his name?
Yeah, Alex Sarr. I think he's from. I don't know where he's from, but like I think he's playing in NBL. I don't know. Not or Perth Wildcats. I think.
Yeah,
Perth.
He's in the NBL.
Yes.
But yeah, France between like France, Europe, whatever country may be, and like the NBL, Australia, all these guys are coming out of those leagues. It's crazy.
Yeah.
I think Wemby got a brother too.
Yeah.
I saw that on
Twitter. Bro, so what's your thoughts about Wemby after? Like, I feel like he's having such a good year, but his expectations were so high and they're so bad this year that I think he's underrated almost.
I think yes, that's a good way to put it. I think overall he's underrated. Me personally, I don't underrate him anymore. I was underestimating Wemby when he first got into the league. I'm not gonna lie, but I'm gonna say he's up next. He's him. He's not.
I don't know how you're gonna stop that. You know what I mean?
Nice. He's not just tall. He's nice.
He moves well.
He's nice.
Yeah, he moves well. Like he's probably gonna put on weight, and like I don't know if he needs to or not, but like
he's gonna put on some weight.
I don't think he needs to put on weight. He just gotta like make sure everything is strong, and I think he'll be straight.
Yeah, it's crazy. His shot, the craziest thing, not only his handle, but like, and his size, that's crazy too. But like his shot, it's such a he's got such a good. It's just crazy. It just doesn't make sense almost.
Yeah. I think my scare is he's gonna fill out like Giannis, and then there's no point in playing basketball anymore.
Yeah,
If
honestly,
that happened, that'd be crazy. Imagine it.
I think if he gets a Giannis build, it's really no point in playing basketball against him. Like, there's no point. At that point, LeBron's going to be old, so it's not even – LeBron is old.
I'm about to say, LeBron's already old, and he's still –
how many more years do you think he has left? If you like you think he's got more than 5 years or now?
I think it just comes down to when he just wants to stop.
I think he's got 5 years. I think he has 5 to 8 years of actually playing decent. Like,
you think he's got 8 years?
Of like if he like LeBron year 8 LeBron from now will probably be these retirement tours 7 points per game, 8 points per game.
If he wants, I don't know if he wants to do that though. I feel like he wants to go out on top.
I think
LeBron. When you look back at it, like top guys, when they're top guys, they don't want to be like the second to last guy off the bench. Because I always say like Kobe, rest in peace. He could have played longer, but Kobe didn't want to come off the bench.
Yeah, 100%.
It's hard for a top number one guy to not be that guy anymore.
I think LeBron's got 3 left. I think he wants to pack it up.
Yeah. Do you think he'll retire
He's going for Bronny.
Would he retire Laker? I think he would. I think aesthetically it makes the most sense.
I want him to be I would love for him to retire for another team, but like I don't think it'll happen.
I think aesthetically, no. I just even as a GM, unless you're like the Pistons, a franchise that's not going to win, you don't want to take an old LeBron for retirement.
Yeah,
I think wherever Bronny ends up, that's where he'll retire, in my opinion.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, I think Bronny too. Like, I think he's obviously should go back to school. But I think he's got potential to be an NBA player for sure.
Yeah.
He'll definitely be a great NBA player, but if you want him to be that guy, I think he has to go back to school.
Mm-hmm.
And playing with your dad it's gonna be tough. Especially it's gonna be tough. So
Yeah.
we'll definitely see.
Well,
Yeah.
I could be Ken Griffey.
Yeah.
Yeah. I could be. Oh, that's the other side of the coin.
Has there ever been an NBA father-son?
Nah, that played
I don't think so.
together.
It doesn't seem possible, like when you think about it.
It's not
I don't think
not
so.
with basketball. It's never
Yeah,
been
not with
possible.
basketball.
LeBron.
You
Except-
gotta think about Bron's been playing like people's dads.
Yeah, so he'll be the first if it happens.
And he got into the league at 18, legit.
18, yeah.
Probably had Bronny like a year or two after that.
That's the only
So
reason
what-
why.
What record y'all think will be hardest to get? The 100-point or Bron's 40,000?
40.
Gotta be 40, right?
You're saying, is it harder to score 40,000 to beat that, or the 100?
Or like which
Oh.
one is more difficult?
The 40,000.
That's what I'm
I don't
saying,
think,
bro.
but I don't think the 100's ever going to be broken. Honestly, not because I don't think it can be. I think Luka could do it, or like or even Wemby. But like I don't think I don't think a team will ever allow that.
I don't think so either.
Like I don't
Like,
care
even
who
with
you are. Like they're gonna lock up. There's no way they're gonna
Right.
allow.
Even with these 70-point games, like you can look back at like the stats, the film, whatever. Like you make a shot here and make a couple more, you could definitely get like 85, 90.
I think Kobe's record's gonna be broken.
Record is on the cusp.
Yeah, Kobe's record, I
That's
think, will
my
be
guy.
broken.
Rest in
I think
peace.
Kobe's
He's on
record.
that record's on the cusp.
Which is crazy. You would never expect that when that happened. Like someone would ever beat that.
100 points. I think if it were to get broken, it has to be the new next phase of the league to break it. Maybe not the next phase within the next
Like
5.
Wemby, maybe.
Like a Wemby or like maybe the Wemby after Wemby. Like whoever you might be
I
grown.
think Joker could get it if he wanted to.
By the time
Jokic.
I think Jokic could get it if he wanted to.
Jokic
Yeah, he can score every time.
I think, bro, he could score every time, bro.
So
He can score
if
every
you guys
time.
if you guys had to pick right now, who's gonna win this year? Who would you guys pick?